Dogs live in a world full of people. Family members, friends, neighbors, strangers at the park, the person at the pet store who always gives them a treat. They meet people constantly. They're friendly with plenty of them. But there is always one person who is different from everyone else. One person the dog tracks across a room without thinking about it. One person whose voice changes something in their chest before their brain even catches up. And if you're watching this, there's a good chance that person is you. But how do you actually know? Not just because your dog is nice to you or because you're the one who feeds them. Dogs are polite to lots of people. Genuine preference, the deep, chosen, this person above all others kind, shows up differently. It shows up in specific behaviors, specific patterns, specific moments that most people notice but never fully understand. So today, we're going through 10 of them. 10 signs that your dog hasn't just bonded with you, but has genuinely, specifically chosen you as their favorite person. The first sign is that your dog monitors your location at all times, even when they're not with you. This is different from following you around. This is subtler. Your dog is in another room, seemingly settled, but the moment you shift position, stand up, or move toward a different part of the house, they know. Before you've made a sound, before you've called them, they just appear. What's happening is that your dog has devoted a significant portion of their attentional resources to tracking you specifically. Not everyone in the house, you. They're running a background program, constantly, that monitors where you are and what you're doing. This kind of hyper-awareness of one specific individual is a hallmark of deep preferential attachment. You are their most important piece of environmental information. Where you are is always, on some level, what they want to know.
The second sign is that your dog seeks physical contact with you in a particular way. Every dog enjoys affection from multiple people, but the way a dog seeks contact with their chosen person is different in quality. It's not performative. It's not about getting petted. It's about being close. Your dog presses their full weight against your leg while you're standing at the kitchen counter. They rest their head on your foot when you sit down, not asking for anything, just making contact. They position their body so that some part of them is always touching some part of you. This kind of quiet, persistent physical closeness, the kind that has no agenda attached to it, is one of the clearest expressions of preferential bonding that exists in canine behavior. They're not looking for something from you in those moments. They just want to be in contact with you. Because contact with you, specifically, is where they feel most at peace. The third sign is that they bring their most valued possessions to you, and only you. Most dogs have a hierarchy of toys. There's the one they play with casually, and then there's the special one, the one they carry to bed, the one they guard gently from other dogs, the one that clearly matters more than the others. Pay attention to who gets offered that toy first when your dog is excited. Pay attention to whose lap it gets dropped into. Dogs share valued resources with the individuals they trust most and feel closest to. Offering you their most prized toy isn't a request to play. It's an act of inclusion, of intimacy, even. They're bringing you into their world, offering you the thing they love, because you are the person they most want to share things with. The fourth sign is that your dog's whole body responds to your voice differently than to anyone else's. Someone across the room says your dog's name. They might look up, they might not. You say it from the same distance, at the same volume, and the response is immediate and full body. Ears up, tail moving, body orienting completely toward you. It's not just that they know their name, they know your voice. And your voice triggers something in them that no other voice does. A combination of attention, anticipation, and what can really only be described as happiness. The ears, the tail, the shift in posture, these are involuntary responses. Your dog isn't deciding to react that way. Their body just does it, because your voice has become one of the most positively loaded signals in their entire world. The fifth sign is that your dog checks in with you specifically during stressful or uncertain moments. New environment, unfamiliar dog, loud noise, strange person approaching. Watch where your dog's eyes go in those moments of uncertainty. A dog who looks to you, specifically, instinctively, before doing anything else, has made you their emotional reference point, their anchor. This behavior, called social referencing, is the same thing human infants do with their primary caregiver. They look to that person to read the emotional temperature of the situation. Is this safe? Should I be worried? What does my person think about this? A dog who looks to you in those moments isn't being timid. They're showing you that you are the most trusted source of information they have about the world. The sixth sign is that your dog sleeps as close to you as they're allowed to. Whatever the rules are in your house, on the bed, at the foot of the bed, on their own dog bed in the corner, your dog will consistently position themselves as close to you as those rules permit. If they're allowed on the bed, they're pressed against you. If they sleep on the floor, it's your side of the room. If they're in a crate, the crate faces where you sleep. Sleep is the moment of greatest vulnerability for any animal. The choice of where to sleep is, at a primal level, a choice about who to be vulnerable near. Your dog has decided that the safest, most comfortable place to be unconscious is as close to you as possible. That is not a small statement. The seventh sign is that your dog's greeting for you is categorically different from their greeting for everyone else. They're friendly with visitors. They might wag their tail when family members come home, but when you walk through that door, especially after an absence, something entirely different happens. The whole body gets involved. There are sounds. There is an inability to contain themselves that doesn't show up for anyone else. This isn't just excitement. This is the release of genuine emotional tension. You are the most important figure in their world, and your absence creates a real stress response in their nervous system. When you return, that stress resolves in an explosion of relief and joy that is physiologically distinct from ordinary happiness. The greeting you get is calibrated to how much they missed you. And for their chosen person, that calibration is always set to maximum. The eighth sign is that your dog mirrors your emotional state more closely than anyone else's. You're anxious before a difficult conversation? Your dog is unsettled. You're having a quiet, peaceful evening. Your dog is calm and soft. You're genuinely happy about something? Your dog picks it up and seems lighter. This emotional mirroring happens between all dogs and their owners to some degree. But with a dog's chosen person, it's heightened, more precise, more responsive. Dogs are reading us constantly. Our posture, our breathing, our facial expressions, the chemical signals our bodies produce under different emotional states. Your dog has spent more time studying you than anyone else. They know your emotional language better than most humans in your life do. And they respond to it in kind because your emotional state matters to them more than anyone else's does. The ninth sign is that your dog tolerates things from you that they wouldn't accept from others. Handling their paws, moving them while they're sleeping, taking something from their mouth, hugging them in the way that most dogs merely tolerate. Your dog allows these things from you, sometimes even seems to enjoy them.
in a way they simply don't with other people, even people they like. This tolerance isn't just familiarity, it's trust. Deep, specific, chosen trust. They have decided through every interaction you've ever had that you are safe. That even when you do something that might feel intrusive or uncomfortable, the relationship holds. You are the person they have given the most trust to. And that trust has a behavioral signature, a willingness to be vulnerable with you that they extend to no one else. The 10th sign, and this one is the quietest and maybe the most meaningful of all, is that your dog simply wants to be near you. Not for food, not for walks, not for play. Just near you. They follow you to the bathroom. They relocate when you move to a different room. They choose the spot on the couch closest to where you're sitting, even when there are more comfortable options elsewhere. They lie at your feet while you work. They stay close when you have company, orienting their body toward you even while being friendly with others. This is presence-seeking without agenda, and it is the purest expression of preference that a dog is capable of. They are not getting anything from being near you in those moments. They are simply choosing you, over and over, throughout every ordinary moment of the day, because being with you is, to them, the best available option in any given situation. Here's what all 10 of these signs have in common. None of them were taught. You didn't train your dog to monitor your location, or to bring you their favorite toy, or to look at your face when they're scared. These behaviors emerged naturally from the relationship you built together, from every walk, every quiet evening, every time you were patient when you didn't have to be, every time you showed up consistently and made them feel that the world was safe. Dogs don't choose their favorite person based on who provides the most food or the most entertainment. They choose based on something more instinctual, more emotional, more real than that. They choose the person who makes them feel most secure, most seen, most at home in themselves. And if your dog does these things with you, if they track you across rooms and press against your leg and look for your face when the world feels uncertain, then you should know something with absolute certainty. Out of every person they have ever met, every voice they have ever heard, every pair of hands that has ever reached out to them, they chose yours. That's not nothing. That's everything.